Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Running the Bases podcast. I'm your host, Michael Garaffa, alongside Marco Peralta, Nick Nath, and Ryan Blank. It is yet another Sunday. It is 9 a.m., bright and early in the morning. We are ready to go for Season 2, Episode 10. I am excited, boy. This is going to be a good show. As you can tell by the title, we're going to be discussing MLB rules today. And obviously, like I'm going to do before every show, I got to thank Brent Carrigan, who is a co-writer for the show, who has helped us develop some of these shows. He helped us in this show a lot, gave me the outline, and I filled it in with a lot of stuff. So obviously, big thanks to him. We have a lot to cover in today's show. In terms of rules, there have been so many things that have happened this season regarding these rules. And I mean, really, there has just been a lot of controversy about them. There have been people that are saying that, something should not stay next year. And then there are the rules that a lot of people think will and should stay. So we're going to be taking care of all of that in today's show. So I want to ask you guys, how have you been doing? We've had a lot of time between the last week. How you guys have been doing in baseball and in the world? We'll go around the horn just like we normally do. We'll run the bases, Marco, Nick, and Ryan.
Oh, so I'm first base, Nick is second base, and Ryan is third base.
Well, yeah, I was going to be first,
Okay.
And then Ryan will be home.
Okay, gotcha. Makes sense.
It doesn't matter. It's 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's because I only hit bombs.
Dingers.
I'm too fast. I get triples.
I would say that Ryan's like the only home that the Royals will get this season.
Hey! Except
Won 5 in a row.
The power rankings are not going to reflect that statement.
5 in a row. We're coming up on you, Nick.
I'm kidding.
Actually, Ryan, you have surpassed him in my mind.
We still have 6 games against you, and guess what? We're going to take at least 3 of those.
No worries. Good happens, man. I'm excited.
You want to bet on each game the rest of the series?
We'll do 10 each game, and if we split the series, we're even. Perfect.
Oh my Lord.
Shake on it.
All right. We don't. Again, this is not affiliated with the show, but
On Running the Bases, we do not promote gambling, but this is a friend-to-friend agreement.
This is friendly fun. They are betting 30 M&Ms per if they split the series. They're betting 10 M&Ms.
Wait. What kind of M&Ms? Like regular M&Ms or peanut M&Ms?
No, like regular. Like
no.
Oh, no. This is the new fudge M&Ms.
Oh, okay. I have those.
It's the new one.
Is it the caramel? Is it the caramel ones?
No, they're fudge, bro. They're like literally
fudge brownie.
Should we talk about like baseball or what?
Yeah.
Hey, we have built-in time today because we've got plenty of stuff to cover, but we've got leeway here.
Yeah.
So we're gonna kick it off. There's been a lot going on in terms of the extra inning rules so far this year. This is the first of the rules we're going to talk about, and we're going to split the show up with other things that we're going to do as well. We're not just going to go rules, and then our power rankings. We will get to the power rankings next, but we started off with that extra inning rule. This is a rule that has been impacting all of us. I don't think there's any of us that hasn't been impacted by this rule specifically. So right off the bat, are we in favor of this or not? I personally don't like this rule. I think it takes away a lot. We'll get in more deeply, but I personally don't like it. But what about you guys?
I'll say this. I have to wait for the card. Thank
you. Thank you. I'll go with you.
So I'll say this. I second to you, Michael. I don't like this rule at all. If it's like implemented for the rest of the baseball, like in general, it's gonna suck. Like if just because like in this season I have some lenience towards it, but in reality I still kind of hate it. I hate it, because of the fact like the pitcher, he's going into the inning to try to close out a game in extra innings with the runner on second base that he didn't give up the base to, and like that's added pressure that you don't need, and like it sucks because like now you can't focus on like, okay, one batter at a time because let me focus on my strikes, but like, oh dang, I have a runner on second. What if I hang a curve and then all of a sudden we're down 2 runs? That's what I hate about this rule, because it adds pressure to the pitcher that he doesn't deserve or he didn't even earn. So I would hate this rule to be implemented for the rest of baseball history. People say it's fun. If you're a home team and you get a walk-off, maybe, but the fact nothing beats an original walk-off when like someone
Yeah.
comes to the plate for the first time and okay, I get a base knock, I'm at first base. Okay,
Yep.
next man up,
Small
next
ball.
man up. Yeah, small ball, next man up, and let's get this walk-off. That is a way better feeling in my opinion for a walk-off than someone who didn't earn the second base and get the run in to win the game. That's why I don't like this rule.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm completely with Marco. If there was any season that they would try this type of thing, it would be this season, obviously, with everything that's been going on. But hey, they tried it. I give them props, but it's not going to work for next year. I don't think it should ever work for a 162 game ever again. I just think it ruins the save stat as a whole.
Yeah.
I think relief pitchers now just put in such a big, like Marco said, it's like added stress they already didn't need. You know, there's literally a runner 180 feet away from scoring, and then you either give up the go ahead run or you lose off a walk off. So I hate the rule. It definitely affected all of our teams in different ways, but I just don't think this should be a rule next year.
Welcome to the club, gentlemen, because at the beginning of the year, I thought this was awful.
Mhm.
I hated it from the beginning. You guys know that.
Yeah.
I hate California rule.
Yeah.
It's awful. I don't know why baseball went with it.
Sorry,
It's
California.
so easy now. You just butt them over in a sac fly. What the heck does that do? Make them earn it. For God's sakes. This is just messing with a pitcher's head because they don't even they don't even count it against their ERA. They just get the
Right.
loss. Which, on another note, is quite BS in my opinion.
Yeah.
Just want to put that out there. I just think that they need to get rid of this rule. I don't think it should have ever been introduced this year. Yeah, this is a year to do new things. This is one thing that should not have been introduced. California rule is a joke and an awful rule, and I hope the MLB never goes to it ever again. I hate California rule.
I think Ryan hates the California rule. So that obviously we're all in agreement there. But like Marco said with the small ball,
It's not real baseball.
like Marco said with the small ball, another topic for another show that I've got in the bullpen for the future is, Ryan, I wanted you at some point to talk about how the Royals today are completely different from the Royals of the past, where the Royals in 2015 won the World Series on small ball. You know, you guys will
It's
go into
depressing that they're not playing small ball.
exactly right. You're a team that spent
They
so
were
much
very
time
successful
on
when
that.
they did it.
Exactly. You won a World
We
Series.
got that ring, unlike some other teams in here.
and we're gonna just stop Ryan's tirade here. He's just going on and on and on. This is why I don't open these wounds. But
I'll be right
it's,
back. You know what?
okay, sir. We will always be looking back on this season. Oh, all right. I'm gonna have to mute Marco here if that keeps going on because I think his thing might be in the way. No, he's good. Okay, cool. We're gonna look back on this season and say, like,
Yo, that was kind of fire.
that was Marco.
Even though you guys lost yesterday, and it cost me my parlay, that was kind of sad.
Oh,
4 runs in the ninth. I was. Oh my,
5 of the 9th actually. That was tough.
Hey, Nick, today's a big day for us.
dude, I know it's parlay season.
Yes,
We-
sir.
Like went off air, but yeah.
Continue, Michael.
So, look, we're going to look back on the season, and like I said it way back when. This is the season of what ifs. What if this? What if that? We're going to look back at the end of this year and say, what if this rule wasn't in place? You know, could there have been teams? Because there's the factor of what teams succeeded. I mean, the Mets, I know in extra innings are like 0-4. I think they might have 1 win in extra innings. They're like 1-3. And that's the difference. You know, how would this season have fared if this wasn't in place? So that's another thing. You know, you guys all spoke about it. The runner never earned second base. It's not the pitcher's fault. And, you know, the runner being there wasn't allowed should they get the loss. And, you know, we discussed that. But the thoughts going forward, this isn't about opinion here. for this next question. This is about, do we think it is going to return in 2021? Is it going to return, or is Rob Manfred going to decide to leave this out? So I think, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps it, but I think that people hate it so much that I do think it is going to go away forever.
That's the.
This is a worst rule. This is the worst thing ever implemented in baseball.
Here's what I'm going to say. The fact that
the pitching clock was awful. California rule is even worse.
the fact that everyone
I
hates
hate
it,
Rob Manfred, and I hate California rule.
the fact that everyone hates it, and the fact that like no team like finds success from this, Manfred will find a way to put this in for next year. I have no doubt in my mind. Because he's just that type of commissioner.
That's
If he somehow gets it in for next year, I don't know. I might have to start a petition to get him fired, just to get him out. He's a joke.
You wouldn't be the first one, my friend.
He's a complete joke.
I agree.
I don't think there's anything against
he's
him.
worse than Goodell. That's saying something.
I never thought I would ever say those words, but there's someone worse as commissioner than Roger Goodell, and his name is Rob Manfred.
I agree.
Get Manfred fired.
So that's exactly what I was thinking, Michael. You know, because like as much as we don't want this rule in place, we got to remember who the commissioner is. Because I won't be surprised if it's in there. I will hate it if it's under 62 games. But the commissioner is freaking Rob Manfred, for crying out loud. He will find a way to get it implemented, and that sucks for true baseball fans because it will change the game of baseball that we grew up watching and playing, some of us. You know, like it sucks. And we got to remember, Rob Manfred is commissioner of baseball, and he will find a way to make that rule implemented forever. If that happens, I will be the third signature on that petition, Ryan.
I think there's
Get
a lot.
Rob Manfred out.
Who should start?
Michael, are you the fourth?
You know what, dude? Let's start this. Start a hashtag Manfred fired sign petition or something, you know, and just make it go viral.
I'm going to change.org.
I don't think you're the oh yeah, the only official site for getting things done. So look, there's a lot that we are going to talk about today that Rob Manfred put in place, and obviously there's going to be some that we agree with and some that we don't. I want to take a brief moment here to think about that. 2 weeks from today, we will be having a show on the final day of the Major League Baseball season. It's going to be the first time that we do that. That's going to be a lot of fun. The thing is, we can't really make postseason predictions that day because we don't know how the postseason is going to play out. You might have a tie that takes place that day. So I don't know exactly when the postseason is going to start. I don't know what day it's going to begin. I would have to look a little bit further into that. But someone look now when the postseason's beginning. But I think we're going to have to do a show at some point between the final day of the season and the beginning of the postseason, whether we make it work somehow late at night, early in the morning, whatever, is we got to do postseason predictions, and we're going to have a show on it at some point. And we might not have that Sunday show in between because there's no way they're going to have a week between the last day of the season and the playoffs. So we're going to have to make that work somehow.
Apparently September 29 is when they start the playoffs, the postseason. The end of the season would be September 27. So the following Tuesday.
So we would have to do the show. We would have to do a show Monday the 28th or morning of the 29th before the wild card game. So we'll have to see. We're going to obviously have to decide on when that works best for all of us. For me, Monday is a great day for us to be able to do, for any of us to be able to do that. I can make it work whenever because I'm free in the morning and I'm free in the afternoon. So we'll make it work. Obviously, we'll discuss that in another time. But for you listeners that are here, you guys can obviously tune on in. When do you want to see us do the show? When do you want to see us come out here and talk about the postseason? Because last year I did this show with another person on the podcast who was not even on the show anymore, but I did it with him.
Ray Belcora.
It was, yes. Me and Ray did the show.
He's a great guy. Great guy.
He is. I love Ray. We had great predictions. We spent the entire time. I mean, we had some really good conversations about it. And I think with the four of us together, it's the first time we're doing postseason predictions. It's going to get because you don't know how I do mine. I go down to the game, I go into it. So make sure you're staying tuned for that. That's going to be in about 2 or so weeks. That's going to be a lot of fun. So continuing along with the extra innings rule, the thing that is eliminated with these extra inning rules is that we no longer are having these super long games. So I want to take a look back at some of the longest extra inning games in Major League Baseball history. And boy,
that's
boy.
baseball. That's the beauty of baseball.
Oh, absolutely.
I remember the games.
Ryan, let us talk, bro.
Yeah,
I was in the game until 2 a.m.
We're jumping the gun here. Jumping the gun here.
I thought your head hurt, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I gotta get my rants out for the week.
Oh, okay.
I've been too calm this week.
I respect that. I respect that.
And I kind of gotta get my headache gone.
Keep in mind your future. This is all on record. We don't want to be saying things that's going to jeopardize the future of your career in this.
Hey,
area. Okay,
I'd say my opinion.
Okay. If that's the case, Michael, get Manfred fired. I hate Manfred.
I'm saying let's not cross a line, Ryan.
Manfred. He's not a good commissioner.
I third.
He is a joke.
Yeah, I agree.
And if you guys do not already know, I hate California rule.
All right.
I could have see now we're just going in circles, but
it's fine. We are moving on to the longest extra inning games like I was planning on. We started off with the longest game in Major League Baseball history. Took place all the way back on May 1st of 1920. It was a Brooklyn Robins and Boston Braves game that lasted 26 innings. However, the game ended at 1-1, and it only took 3 hours and 50 minutes because it was one of the most intense pitching duels we have ever seen. But 26 innings, the longest game in history. Such a crazy game there to have 26 innings, and obviously that would never happen with the California rule because it can't. And a 26-inning game would probably last, I would say, about 9 hours in today's game. So for it to only be 3 hours and 50 minutes there was pretty crazy. The second longest game was also the most recent game out of these three. It was back in 1984 on May 8th when the White Sox and the Brewers had a 7-6 game that lasted 25 innings. That one was 8 hours and 6 minutes. It was completed over 2 days. It began on May 8th, and then the teams played 17 innings before the game was suspended at 1 a.m. There was an American League rule at the time that no new inning could begin after 1 a.m. However, at that 1 a.m. mark, the score was 3-3. So these guys went back and forth after 17 innings. They went 8 more innings, where they were able to score 4 runs for the White Sox and 3 for the Brewers. So that was also a very interesting game. And even more interesting that in the bottom of the 25th, the White Sox ended the game with a walk-off home run off of Chuck Porter. Tom Seaver was pitching in relief in that game for the White Sox. It was such a crazy game all around. These are the kinds of games that you love to watch, and this rule kind of removes that. And then the last game here is on September 11th, 1974. The Cardinals and the Mets lasted a 25-inning game, a 7-hour, 4-minute contest that wouldn't end until 3:13 in the morning. Now, again, that was 10 years before the 84 game that we spoke about. And you might remember that I said that there was that American League rule. That was not a National League rule. It was just AL for some reason. I don't understand why. So it was a long battle between those two teams, and they scored all the Bake McBride scored all the way from first on an errant pickoff throw by Hank Webb that won the game. You never know. The game could still be played today if he makes that throw over. You never know. So just some crazy long games. But what is the longest game in our team's history? That's the question I'm asking you guys. For me, the longest game I had, that my team, the Mets, had was the one I just said, the September 11th, 1974 game between the Mets and the Cardinals. It was 25 innings. So I'm interested. The Dodgers, Tigers, and Royals, what were the longest games in their history?
Well, in the Dodgers history, if you want to go like really into the whole history, it's basically the game that you said, the 1920 game.
Well, but yeah, the Robins.
Yeah, because they were the predecessors of the Dodgers, But the thing that drives me it's so confusing. I won't say it's confusing, but it's just weird because 26 innings. That's long in innings wise. If you look at game time, that's 3.5 hours back then, and like that's like a regular game nowadays.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so I'm like, that's the thing that I really don't get. You know, but
yeah.
So, but besides that, I think one of the longest games that are we saying the ones we've been to?
No, that's
right?
next. That's next.
No,
it's
so
just the longest game in your franchise history.
So that's the one that's on record for them. So I'm like feeling 50-50 about it because inning-wise it was long, but time-wise was regular. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'm going innings-wise.
Yeah.
I would say longest game. All right, Nick. That brings us to the Tigers. Let's hear it.
All right. So we got this game took 24 innings. It was a Tigers against Phillies game, July 21st, 1945. The game ended in a 1-1 tie.
Oh boy, second 1-1 tie.
Yeah, I know. Is there a reason for that? You think it was just like time limit, or you think it was just
I think they probably just had a time limit at that point.
Time limit, yeah. I have really nothing else to say about this game. This was back in 1945. So
in your early days. It was your early days.
Yeah, but it's interesting though. The two teams that played, it's still the same names today. So
Michael, something I forgot to say is that I did say about the president team of the Dodgers, but the actual Dodgers team, the longest thing that had innings wise is 22 innings, and that was against two teams. That was against the Houston Astros in June 3rd, 1989, and the Astros won 5-4. But then again, a couple of days late, 2 months later, it was August 23rd, 1989 at Montreal, and Dodgers won that game 1-0. So it's been two occasions that the Dodgers have gone 22 innings, and they lost one and they won one. So
yeah.
I'd rather mention that.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. All right, Ryan, let's hear about the Royals. All right, nobody cares. Moving on. All right, Ryan.
I hate California rule. Okay, now my team.
Okay. I'm not going to take this slander.
I'm supporting you.
But the longest game. Hey.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, I was talking about Michael. Yeah. Michael does not like me very much. But getting into the meat and the potatoes of the Royals' history, the longest game in Royals' history was when they lost 4-3 to the Texas Rangers on May 17th, 1972, in an 18-inning battle.
No 20-inning. Boo.
Your team can't hang, just like you. Boo.
Oh!
Talk about people saying things that'll jeopardize their career.
My
gosh.
Man, I didn't see any career jeopardizing there. It was just some friendly banter.
That's
not screaming.
Suck.
He's not screaming fire Rob Manfred.
Am I wrong though when I say that? No, I'm not.
You're stating your personal opinion. I could very easily.
No, it's a fact. Rob Manfred is a joke.
I love you, Ryan. It's okay. But this reminds me a lot of the game from a few years ago between the Indians and the Blue Jays that went, I believe, 19 innings. And that was the game that Carlos Santana hit a home run to preserve the winning streak. You might remember that 22-game win streak that the Indians were on a few years ago. That was an electric streak, but that was a very exciting game, 19 innings. That might not have happened with that extra inning rule. So what is the longest baseball game you guys ever went to? I want to hear it. I'm excited for it. There have been so many games in Major League Baseball history. I want to hear what you guys have been to, the longest one. My longest game ever was back in 2013. I was at the 20-inning game between the Mets and the Marlins that started at 1 o'clock. It went 20 innings. It was insane. At that time, we left the game. It was a 1 o'clock game. We left at 3:30 because we would always try and catch the 3:30 train to get home. But we left the game. It was about the 7th inning. We got home and watched the final 5 innings of the game at home, an hour away from the stadium. So crazy game. I will never forget that game. One game I will always remember, even though I wasn't even there for half of it. So let's hear your guys' other ones.
So in my case, I haven't been to a lot of baseball games with the Dodgers because I live 3.5 hours or 4 hours away from Los Angeles. So
right.
I couldn't go that often. But the times I did go, I've never been stuck in an extra inning game. I'll tell you that
Mhm.
much.
So what was the longest then? That was 9 innings. Were there any that stood out to you?
So basically, the one that was the longest was like I think it was 2016. I think it was. It was when Rich Hill was still when he was first coming to the Dodgers, and he was pitching a no hitter. So he was pitching a no hitter until the 6th inning, and that game got a little bit tighter at the end. So it was around like 4 hours around there. But
Yeah, that's a long one.
So since I haven't been to an extra inning game, I will share a game that I did watch, and it was really, really long, and like I legit stayed up for the whole entire game. Game 3 of the World Series in 2018 against the Boston Red Sox, 18 innings. That thing was rough. That thing was rough. But,
I didn't even stay up for that.
Yeah. I remember I was coming out of work because I work at a radio station back in the day, and I had the phone in front of me while I was working the board, and I was talking on the radio, and then I go home and it's still 11 and they're still playing, and I'm like, okay, sounds good. Midnight comes around and 1 o'clock comes around, and I'm like, come on, bro. And I was like, I'm just happy they won.
Stay awake.
Yeah, stay awake, bro. So
and then they lost the next 2.
Yeah,
which was tough.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Appreciate that.
Hey, you squeezed that one out. You would have gotten swept if it weren't for that. So it's important.
Thank you, Max Muncy.
We both lost 4-1 in World Series this decade. I feel that. So,
Michael, who'd you lose to?
Nick, you're up now. Let's see. Let's see what you got.
Michael, who'd you lose to?
It's fine.
Okay. I've been to a lot of baseball games, but I don't think I've ever been to an extra inning one. But the only Tigers game I went to was probably the longest 9-inning game I've ever been to. I have the exact date actually, August 28, 2014. Yankees Tigers. Jeter's last year. This was Jeter's last game at Comerica. And in a 3-2 game, Alex Avila hit the walk-off double to send us home. It was a great day. It was a 9-inning game. It was probably there were so many pitching changes, and here's a name for you. The winning pitcher for that day was Phil Koch.
Oh man, Phil Koch.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I miss Phil.
Brings back memories. So yeah, that's the longest game I've ever been to. My only Tigers game.
All right, Ryan, you're up.
I'm going to give you all a date, and I want to see if you guys can guess the game because I want to have some fun. September 30th, 2014. What game is it?
Game 7.
No, it's a wild card game.
Oh wait, no, what?
2014 wild card game.
I was thinking October.
Wild card game. 12 innings. Best baseball game I've ever been to.
You went to that game?
Yes, I did.
That's so cool, man.
And I always give my roommate some crap for it because, well, he's an A's fan.
Yeah.
I will always remember. 6th inning, the Royals go down big. My twin brother says, okay, they're losing. It's over. I'll say it. I legit went all the way back and just slapped the daylights out of his face. And I said, we are not leaving. The Royals are going to come back. They're going to win this game, and they're going to move on. And then look what they did.
Lost
just saying.
The World Series to win the next year.
When was the last time the Mets won a World Series, Michael?
1986, baby.
So, no, that's the best.
88, yeah.
80 points, and Ryan was 85. 85. And who was 87? Hold on. World Series.
Wasn't the Royals?
Yeah, we got 2015.
Oh, man. Who was 1987? The Twins won 1987. So, boy, oh boy, it went Tigers, Royals, Mets, Twins, Dodgers. How about that? We came together long before we were even thoughts. I like that. That's great. It's true. We were connected a long time ago. That's great. So before we get into our power
exactly,
because it went Tigers, Royals, Mets, Space, Dodgers in terms of winning World Series. I mean, come on, we were
connected before we were even in the womb.
We were, yes, correct. So
beautiful.
Before we hop into the power rankings, just going to take a look at a live look in at Major League Baseball. There's a game that's about to be starting between the Braves and the Nationals. Max Scherzer takes the hill for the Nationals against the Braves in a big series for them. They are currently trying to knock the Braves down a little bit. The Nats trying to earn a little bit more respect. The defending world champions who are not going to be in a playoff spot, unfortunately for them. They are really just struggling so much. And it's tough for them to have that, being that World Series hangover or not, whatever it may be. But, it's unfortunate to see the Nats play so poorly at this point, but that'll lead us into the power rankings where we will see where they fall. We have a lot of so many big games to have covered for these teams in the last week. So many teams jumped for me. So many teams dropped for me. It's going to be fun. Let's get going. Number 30, Pittsburgh Pirates. They were 29 for me last week. Let's get into it.
I have the Pirates too at 30. They stay there.
Me too, the old Jolly Roger. 30.
The Pirates stay in the cellar at 30.
Yeah, please. Sweep. All right. Number 29. I have this is where we're going to get a little different because I'm very different. I've got the Texas Rangers at 29. They were 25 last week.
I got the Red Sox at 29.
Okay.
I have the Rangers.
Woo!
Michael, you don't have to tell us you're different. We get it. You're from New York. Okay. You're a delusional Mets fan. But I have the Red Sox at 29, and that's where they were last week.
So we're split. Now, with my biggest drop of the week with 5 spots. Sorry, Nick. The Detroit Tigers. They were at 23 last week.
Wow. I have the Rangers at 28. They were 27, so they drop a spot for me.
Nice.
I have the Nationals at 28, and I have no idea where they were at last week. So
It's okay.
Atta boy, Nick.
Ryan, you're muted. It's okay.
My bad. I have the Rangers at 28, and that's where they were last week.
Nice. All right. Number 27. I have the Red Sox. They were last week for me.
Whoa. That's pretty high up. I got the Diamondbacks at 27.
I also have the Red Sox.
Don't look so disgusted, Ryan.
I look very confused is what that is. I have the Nationals. No, the Diamondbacks at 27. That's where they were last week for me.
Gosh, clean it up. All right, number 26, I've got the D-backs. They were 28 last week. A little jump. They played very well against the Dodgers. Me and Nick, are you sure you're not stealing my I feel you.
No, I will send this to you guys right now.
I know. I believe you. We got to keep it going.
It's not like when he stole my free agency picks.
We've got to keep the joke going.
No. I'm saying the picks are saying
Shutting it down.
At 26, I have the Nationals, and they were there for me last week, so they stay at 26.
All right.
D-backs.
At 26, I have the Nationals, who are at 25 last week.
Nice. Well, I've got the Nationals at 25. They were 27 last week.
At 25, I have the Royals. They were 28 last week for me, so they go up 3 spots.
All right.
So don't say I have them low because last week I have them 28, Ryan. Just saying. I put them up a couple spaces.
That's fair.
Yo, I low-key forgot a team. I went from 23 to 25. But, yeah, Rockies next.
Wow. Good God. Poor Rockies. All right, Ryan.
At 25, I have the Detroit Tigers, who are at 22 last week.
Yeah, unfortunate break for them. All right, at number 24, I have the Los Angeles Angels. They were 21 last week.
Me too. I have the Angels at 24.
Yeah. That's it. That's the team I forgot. So we'll put them at 24. Word.
I love you, Nick.
See what you got, Nick. Ryan.
At 24, I have the Reds. They were at 23 last week.
Ruined it, Ryan. Number 23. I've got the Reds, who were 24 last week.
I got Reds at 23 too.
I have the Orioles. Sorry.
Okay. Oh, you're good. Okay.
I have the Rockies at 22. They were at 23.
We're 23.
They're at 23. They were at 18 last week, dropped 5
Oh,
spots.
I thought you were going to say they were at 8 last week. I was like, good God.
Yeah.
All right, so that was number 23. That brings us to number 22. I have the Seattle Mariners. They stayed at the same spot.
22, I got the Mariners too.
I have the Tigers here.
Okay.
At 22, I have my largest drop of the week, the Houston Astros. They have been awful.
They played some great baseball the last few days.
That's just that.
They're 2-8 in their last 10, Michael.
Yeah, and they came back from down by 4 last night against the Dodgers.
No, not buying it. I also have you'll also hear a hot take soon. So just wait.
Okay. That's fine. It's fine. Number 21, I've got the Colorado Rockies, 18 last week.
I got the Tigers at 21. And I have them really quickly at 21. I had them at 23, so they went up 2 spots for me.
Yeah, I'll take it. I got the Royals next.
All right.
At 21, I have the Orioles, who are at 23 last week.
All right. I've got the Orioles at number 20. They were in the same last week.
I got the Orioles at 22. Yeah, as well.
I have the Reds.
Wow, respect.
At 20, I have the Kansas City Royals. Big jump from last week from 26, won 5 in a row.
Nice.
Let's go, baby.
You're feeling the heat, baby.
At number 19, I have our biggest jump of the week. Ironically enough, the Tigers are the biggest drop, and the biggest jump are the Royals. They were in at 26 last week. They're now at 19 for me.
I'm going to go with the Mets at 19.
Okay, I feel that.
Yeah.
19, I'm going to go with the Brewers.
Me too, Nick. Brewers at 19,
Yeah.
which is where they
18.
were last week.
Ah, nice. 18, I've got the Astros. They were at 17 last week. Good game last night. For the Astros, at least, not the Dodgers.
Trash Stros.
Did you guys see how the fans welcomed the Astros?
I did not. No.
Oh, that was beautiful. Let me just show this really quick. I gotta show this to y'all.
Okay.
So
Never mind. I was going to say, depending on how long.
flip this over. Yes, sir.
Thing of beauty.
Yeah.
That's
So we're at 18, right?
yes.
I got the Brewers at 18.
All right.
Next, I have the Mets.
At 18, I have the Angels, who were at 21 last week.
All right. Well, there's now 2 people that haven't said the Mets, so it's either you got them at the same spot as me or higher. I've got the Mets at 17. They were 14 last week. Tough loss last night. They really needed to win.
I got the Rockies at 17. That's right.
I have the Marlins.
Me too. I have the Marlins at 17 after being at 20 last week.
So who hasn't said the Mets yet? Was that Marco?
I've said the Mets.
Ryan's respecting the Mets more than me? Wow.
I know, shocker. I
Wow.
have to make up for y'all losing to us in the World Series at some point.
All right, number 16, I've got the Brewers. They were 19 last week.
I got the Astros at 16.
We're on 16.
Yes, sir.
So I'm not gonna lie to you. I put the Rockies twice.
I'm not surprised.
Neither am I. So I'm just gonna skip this number, and then I'll be back with you guys on 15.
Okay.
Nick. At 16, I have the Mets, who are at 15 for me last week.
Woo! Respect. Yay. Doesn't deserve it, though. 15. Got the Cardinals. They dropped a lot. They dropped 5 spots from last week. That ties them for the biggest drop, actually, with the Tigers. So that's where they fall.
I have the Marlins at 15. That's what I got at 15.
15, I got the Astros.
Okay.
At 15, I have the Mariners. And here's my hot take.
Yeah, you also had them in like 8 last week, so
No, I didn't.
you had
Here's my hot take. The Mariners will overcome the Astros
No.
and take second.
No.
I don't think that's a
We-
hot take.
Are we putting M&Ms on this one too? That's
Yeah.
just a bad.
The Astros are trending down. The Mariners are trending up.
Astros are trending up. Mariners are trending down. I'm not sure what stats you've been looking at the last few days, but the Astros just won one of the biggest games of the year against the Dodgers last night. So that's a pivotal one.
Are you watching baseball? I'm sorry. I just need to know.
I don't think I'm watching the same as you. Number 14, I've got the Marlins. They were 15 for me last week.
I got the biggest jump at 14, the Giants. I had them at 18 last week.
Okay.
I also have the Giants at 14.
Yeah.
At 14, I have the Yankees. They were at 12 last week.
No, disrespect. They've won 5. They've won 4 of their last 5. Again, I don't think you're watching the same baseball as me, dude.
Earlier in the week, I had them at 18.
Yeah, so did I. And then they've won.
There's the jump.
They completely
Buckaroo.
destroy the Orioles.
You act like the Orioles are some really
As
good
they
team.
should, though.
Buckaroo. Yeah, they should beat the Orioles. There's no doubt in that.
But the Orioles are playing well this year. 13, I've got the Giants. They were higher and then dropped because they had their COVID issues. So they were at 16 last week. They're playing today, though.
I have the Cardinals at 13.
Yeah, I have the Cardinals too at 13.
Yeah.
I do too.
Oh, Michael, you had to ruin it, Michael.
Yeah, Michael. We almost had the.
All right, only one so far this week. Number 12, I've got the Phillies. They were at number 8 for me last week.
I got the Phillies at 12.
I have the Phillies.
Ryan?
I have the Giants at 12.
Oh,
Unfortunate. Number 11, I've got the Cubs. They've been still the same spot that they were last week.
At 11, I got the Yankees. They were at 14 for me last week.
I have the Blue Jays at 11.
At 11, I have the Cubs again.
Okay, nice. Number 10, cracking in the top 10. Blue Jays, 13 last week.
I got the Indians at 10. That 5-game losing streak is
That sucks.
it's hurting them, you know. They almost didn't make the top 10, but I look at the Yankees, I'm like, I'll put them over the Yankees right now.
Yes. Well,
I have the Cubs at 10.
okay.
I have the Phillies at 10.
Respectable. Number 9, I have the Indians. They were 5 last week. Just a tough week for them.
At 9, I got Toronto.
9, I got the Indians.
At 9, I also have Toronto.
All right.
Hey.
We're looking pretty good. At number 8, I have the Yankees. They've jumped up 4 spots. They were 12 last week. They are over the Indians to me by a little bit.
I have the Cubs at 8.
All
I
right.
have the Braves at 8.
I have the Indians at 8.
All right, so we all disagree. That's like a it's back.
No, that's just a.
No.
If we disagree, we're like, if we agree, like,
All right, I like that. All right.
Yeah.
That's what we're rolling with. Number 7, I've got the Twins. They were 4 last week.
I got the Braves at 7.
I got the Yankees at 7.
I got the Braves at 7.
All right. That's good. And number 6, I got the Braves.
At 6, I got the Twins.
6, I got the Twins.
6, I have the Athletics.
I love how
Never mind, Marco. You tried. It's fine. Number 5, I've got the Padres.
5, I have the Padres too.
Nice, Marco.
I got the Padres at 5 too.
Let me do something real quick. Padres at 5.
Yeah.
Ooh, number 2 that we agree. Whoa, nice. I love
I'm not
that.
even excited because I can't believe Ryan put the Athletics at 6.
Yeah, yikes. I've
That's
got
just
the
how good the other teams have been. It's nothing against the Athletics. It's just how good the other teams have been the past week or so.
Number 4, I've got the Athletics. They were number 9 last week.
4, I got the Rays.
Okay.
I got the White Sox at 4.
I've got the Twins at 4.
All right, we all disagree. All right. All right, that brings us to number 3. I've got the White Sox here. They've stayed there for the last 3 weeks.
I got the Dodgers.
What? Is it because of last night's loss?
They're 6 for 10 out of the games.
So you're 6 and 4.
Yeah, can we check
No.
on Marco having a
No.
heart attack? Someone get to Marco's real quick.
I will explain why the 1 and 2 are my 1 and 2. I'll explain that. The Dodgers they got the best. They got the best record in baseball, but lately they haven't been playing the prettiest baseball.
3, right? 3.
Yeah.
Athletics.
Okay.
Number 3, I have the Chicago White Sox.
Nice. Number 2, I have the Tampa Bay Rays. They have just been so good.
I got the Athletics at 2, and that's the highest they're going to get this year because they lost Matt Chapman.
Yes, I agree.
Rays 2, bucket.
I have the Rays at 2.
Okay. Number 1, no question to me, but I mean, Marco disagrees. The only time this year we've disagreed about last week. No, I think this is the only time we disagreed.
Yeah, this is the only week we disagreed.
Yeah, the only time the Dodgers haven't been number 1 for any of us. This is strange. I don't know. This is uncharted territory. So we've got me, Dodgers, Marco, Rays. Explain why, and then we got Nick.
I don't have the Rays at 1. I have the Rays at 4. The White Sox. They are so good, bro. They are.
Give me your bias needs to fuel you.
Give me a.
This is where the one time your bias should be correct with the Dodgers at 1. Just saying.
I'm doing this from a baseball perspective, bro. The White Sox are so good with the Jose Abreu has been on a tear, man. He's unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
Tim Anderson, he knows what he's doing, man. He's been so consistent. I just love how they're playing. You know, just Monty Grandal behind the plate, hitting home runs too, and just getting stuff done. He's, for me, when he was on the Dodgers, he was one of the best frame catchers in baseball. He's smart behind the plate, you know. So I just love how the White Sox at this point of the season, they're clicking. We know, in the first couple of weeks, they're playing really good baseball. They can do something, but little behind my head, they're gonna bounce down a little bit, you know. But now they're being one of the top teams in the American League. Who would have thought of that?
Yeah,
no one.
I agree.
You know, so that's why I think the White Sox are number 1 in my book. They're 7 for the last 10 games for a team that we didn't even consider to be in the playoffs. So that's why
I had them pinned at the division champs.
I didn't consider them. Yeah, I didn't consider them in the playoffs, but they're just playing so good right now. So I got to give them the respect, and I got to give them that's the hottest team in baseball right now.
All right, I take it. I'm the only one here who had them winning the AL Central. Remember that. Don't forget it. That's 1 point for me in our little sweepstakes. Okay.
Little sweepstakes.
Ryan, when you come in last, you're going to be the one that's going to have to buy me a shirt. So we also changed.
How am I going to come in last? Who was your MVP pick? Ronald Acuna Jr.? Isn't he on the IL again? Hold on. My MVP pick is right behind Tatis, but he's not going to catch him in Mookie Betts. So if you really want to get technical, let's do it.
We're both wrong.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, just to update for everybody, we changed that sweepstakes a little bit where we're not getting a jersey for the winner. The loser has to get the winner a shirt because it's not as expensive.
A jersey?
No, like a shirt. Like you've seen me wear my Mets shirt. It's not like this, but with the name on the back. Yes, the shirt.
Oh, a jersey.
Sure.
Yeah,
jersey Joel.
Team apparel.
Well, yeah, I guess. Sure. We'll sort it out. So that brings us to the new topic that we have in this week's show. That is something we're going to keep going. This is a player who will impact your team in the upcoming week. This week, I want to spend a little more time on it. So we will kind of push out a little bit the DH, the universal DH, because I'm in more favor of the universal DH right now than I was at the beginning of the year, and definitely not as controversial as the extra inning rule. So we'll spend a little more time on this upcoming impact player. This is going to be a player that will impact our team in the upcoming week. It could be a player that you would expect, like let's say for me it's Jacob deGrom, or for Marco it's Cody Bellinger, or it could be someone under the radar that we don't expect. That's what we're going to do for this. And for my team, starting it off with the New York Mets, I'm going for Jeff McNeil. In his last 7 games, he's batting .462 with 4 home runs and 10 RBIs. He got hot versus the Phillies, and the Mets have 3 games against them this week. So Jeff McNeil is suddenly batting .326 this year, when at one point he was batting .250. He's suddenly emerging as a possible Silver Slugger in whatever position they decide to put him at. I mean, he's making a push for the batting title with the way he's going right now with the upward trend. So the Mets have two guys in the top of the batting championship race right now, and it's Jeff McNeil, I think, is just someone to keep in mind about.
In my case, I'm going to go with our most consistent player throughout the whole entire season, and that's Corey Seager. And I really think he's the best shortstop in baseball. Just kidding. Just kidding. Don't get mad at me. I was just kidding.
I completely didn't think.
Yeah, no, I was kidding. But for his last 7 games, he's been hitting just at 300. He has 3 home runs, and he's had 8 RBIs. So he's been the most consistent batter for the Dodgers this whole entire season. And yes, Mookie Betts leads the team in home runs. You guys know I'm a power guy. But Corey Seager has been the most consistent one. You know, he does his contribution on defense and at the plate. So I expect him to basically take charge of this team to kind of get to the rhythm that they were playing in the beginning of the season. You know, like they were winning games easily, you know, and like, you know what? I'm going to say this another big thing of why I chose the Dodgers at 3. If you look at the times when the Dodgers went to the World Series in 2017 and 2018, and when they got to that divisional round in 2019, those 3 years, they were the best team in baseball. But at the end of the season, they struggled playing baseball. Mm-hmm. And that's how they're getting their glimpse right now. That's why I'm like,
the end of the season blues.
Exactly. So I'm like, man, it sucks that I hope that's not the case in this time, because it's 60-game season. How can you be tired of playing baseball? You know, so that's why I thought I'm a little bit down.
Still September, though.
Yeah, so they got to raise it up a little bit to where they used to be. Like I said, they have the best record in baseball. It's because of the best record doesn't mean they're playing the base baseball as of right now. You know, so
I agree. All right, let's hear about the Tigers.
Yeah. So
sums it up.
We're struggling, man. It's not really fun right now. But someone who hasn't really been struggling, and it's the reason we even split one game with the Cardinals in our doubleheader, is Jeimer Candelario.
Oh yeah, legend.
Quietly is batting .320 this year with 7 home runs and 28 RBIs. And overall, he's like, I think the theme of this topic is consistency. He's 100% been our most consistent hitter like the past 2 weeks. He's been our only source of offense ever since like Jonathan Scope's been on the IL. You know, we're calling up rookies now, like Daz Cameron just came up to the league like the other day. But in terms of consistency, it's been Jeimer.
Yeah, that's a great pick right there.
Gentlemen, the Royals are actually winning ball games. 5 in a row.
Don't get used to it.
Including 3 in a row against the Cleveland Indians. That was huge.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say this, Nick. We're going to win today because we're facing the Pirates. Then we face Detroit for 2 games.
Uh-huh.
You gotta go against Brady Singer, who's coming off 7 2/3 no hit.
Okay.
And by the way, I just have to say it. I hate Austin Hedges for that. Just wanted to put that out there. But no, I've loved watching the Royals right now. They're playing extremely good baseball. They're hitting the crap out of the ball. Excuse my language. And it's been terrific to see. The impact player. Go ahead. Yes?
Are you guys in a playoff spot? I'm just curious.
No. Oh, heck no.
No, just curious. Like,
no. Do you know where we're going? Fourth place. We're going 4th place. And let me tell you this.
You should never even say that word when it comes to the Royals. No playoffs.
Where's your current ring? Where's your ring in the past 30 years? Oh, wait. Non-existent.
I love that's his go-to.
I think it's like the first thing first time he's ever used that comeback. Oh, wait.
Huh?
Here's the thing.
Only against everyone.
Don't take away my happiness of the Royals winning 5 in a row. You know what? It's got to be 8 in a row when they win tonight. Well,
you can be happy. You just can't be.
And then guess what? They're winning both games against Detroit.
I'm so excited to see the box score tonight. I'm excited they're good.
Like 25-0 Pirates.
25-0.
You think the Pirates are capable of putting up more than 5 runs in a game?
If the pitching's bad enough, any team can do it. So we'll see.
No, I've really enjoyed the Royals. I think that they're playing really good baseball right now.
Yes,
5 in a row. I really think they do have a chance to win the next 3 games because it's only a 2-game set with Detroit. So, and with how the team is playing, I could see them winning both of those games.
Absolutely. And That's a great point. I mean, the Royals are a team that's going to try and make something out of what they've got, and
Exactly.
we've still got some stuff to cover. We're going to throw the DH in baseball to the
No, hold on.
bullpen.
I didn't get to put my impact player.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
We spent so much time talking about the Royals.
And then you guys went at me. My impact
go
player has
ahead.
been the
No,
guy who's been a
I
beast
didn't.
the past week. Alberto Mondesi, 8-game hitting streak. And let me give you some baseball history, folks. He is the first player in the modern era, which is since 1900, to record 4 games with a home run and stolen base in a 6-game span. He's also the second player since 1900 to record a home run and stolen base in 3 consecutive games, joining Bobby Abreu when he did it in 2004. Mondesi is playing terrific, and he's a huge reason why the Royals have won the past 5 games.
See,
I like-
Ryan, I love you, but I'm so used to him saying the World Series in 2015 that I thought I was going to say, let me give you some history. The Royals won the World Series in 2015.
That is
And guess
something
who we
I would do,
Mets.
gentlemen. That is something I would do.
Yeah, and I was expecting
But I'm
that.
going to spare your souls.
Okay.
I appreciate it. All right. So, like I said, we're going to throw the DH in baseball to the bullpen. I like this rule a lot. I've always liked the DH in the American League side. I mean, I always liked seeing the pitchers hit. It's something I've always loved, and unfortunately, we might not ever get to see that again. It's got multiple sides. Again, we'll spend another show on that when we have some more time. I don't want to shortchange this subject that we can spend an entire show talking about. So we'll go into this day in baseball history. I know that Nick, I know you guys have claimed some. I think it was Marco and Nick that claimed 2. So I'll let you guys go first so that we can leave the slim pickings to me and Ryan.
So I'll go first, Nick, and I will go in 1999, the year I was born. I wasn't alive yet because I was born. My birthday is actually tomorrow, so this happened yesterday. Whoa. So it sucks because I wasn't really alive, but still. And September 13th, 1998, Sammy Sosa becomes the second player of the week to break the home run record of Roger Maris and Sosa, who had watched Mark McGwire tie and set the mark against the Cubs on September 8th, launches 2 home runs against the Brewers at Wrigley Field. The second one breaks the record, sets off a mad dash of fans chasing the ball on the street outside the park. The reason why I love this stat so much, I wish I was alive, but if my parents had me one day earlier, I could have been alive. But if you guys were just have a glimpse or a taste, I know it was a lot of steroid use between those 2 players, but still how big of a story it was seeing Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire chase the home run record. Yeah. It was the best thing in baseball.
Oh yeah.
Because you never see it, you're never going to see it again. You know, because you're never going to see 2 guys go for the same record ever again. Ever. And that happened in 1998. Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire, and you guys know I love power. Man, I just wish I was alive like right now. I could like engrave it in my memory and be like, man, I saw that history written right in front of me because I've never seen 2 players go for the same record.
Yeah.
Well, I think one of the most exciting plays in baseball is the inside the park home run, and that's just what Ty Cobb did in 1909, September 13th. He clinched the American League home run title with his 9th round tripper. It is an inside the park drive against the Browns. In fact, all 9 home runs this season are inside the park, including 2 in one game, July 15th. He's the only player in this century to lead in home runs without hitting one out of the park. Crazy. I don't think. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Ryan, any in particular that you're feeling?
I've actually got a few, gentlemen.
Okay, gentleman.
First one, in 1965, you saw Willie Mays hit his 500th career home run, but 6 years later, you saw Frank Robinson hit his 500th home run on the same day. So I think that's pretty cool.
Big day for home runs.
And you know what? I'll give the Tigers something. Alan Trammell and Lou Whitaker, who were the middle infielders, in 1995 set an American League record when they played in their 1,915th game together.
High five.
Big wins. Okay. So that leaves us a few other cool ones. What was up? What's up?
I think it's so crazy. I'll just share this. It's like in 1909 with Ty Cobb. He clinched the American League home run title with
Only
9 home runs. And Mark McGwire finished 1998 season with 70 home runs.
And Barry Bonds with 73.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy
Barry
how far
Bonds
the
should
game
be
is.
in the Hall of Fame.
I agree. But there have been a lot of other cool things that have happened on September 13th in history. Dazzy Vance of the Brooklyn Dodgers back in 1925 when I don't think they were the Dodgers at that point, but he threw a no-hitter against the Phillies. Babe Ruth hit his 52nd home run of the year in 1927 on this date. In 1936, Bob Feller, who was just 17 years old, beat the Philadelphia A's on 2 hits. And then that in 1964, we saw St. Louis becoming the first NL club to score in each inning since the Giants did it on June 1st, 1923. This is important because the Rockies did it a few weeks ago. And then in 1969, Bobby Bonds becomes the fourth 30-homer, 30-steal player in Major League history. Such a big day in baseball. We'll see what can happen today. We've got a few things that are chasing. We've got Albert Pujols, who's chasing some records as well. He's at 659. So we'll see. We've got maybe some more cool things that can happen tonight.
Gentlemen,
Yes.
I just want to tell you, there's no other way I'd rather start off my half birthday than speaking baseball with you guys.
Your half birthday.
I just realized today's September 13th.
Oh yeah, so you're a little March 13th.
Well, there's no better way than to spend my last
your
24
birthday
hours.
Eve.
My birthday eve. There you go. So hey, you see, we're connected. We're connected, Ryan. You see
Yes,
that,
sir.
bro?
Yes, we're
connected.
connected. We're on the same wavelength here. And then Nikash has the flow of a century.
Yeah.
And then Michael's just Michael. He's the outlier.
Yeah, well, of course. That's the way it is. That's how it's got to be.
Just
Thank
'cause
you,
he's a
everybody,
Mets
for
fan.
watching. Yeah.
Enjoy
well,
football today.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Week 1, baby. My
Yes,
Chiefs
sir.
got the dub. The Bears need to get the dub today.
Dude, thank you for Edwards. He gave me 20 points on fantasy.
Hey, my boy went off.
Yes, he did, bro.
I agree.
There we go.
And-
Finally got in the picture.
All right.
I'm going to be working and watching baseball today. Sorry, got no other sports. Just baseball. for
Football.
me.
Football.
No,
I know that the Jets suck. I know that the Giants suck, but come on.
no, nope, nothing at all.
Do you know anything about football?
Yeah, I do, but I just
Do you know
don't
what a touchdown is?
What's that? It's when they touch the down arrow on the side. We got to wrap it up, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for watching. For the record, I do know what football is.
He only knows Monster Jam and kind of baseball.
Yeah, kind of baseball. Let's be real here. Oh boy, Ryan's throwing.
Max don't care about your feelings.
we're 2 minutes over our time limit. By the way, we would be kicked off at Blaze. Keep that in mind. We're two over. It's fine. I blame
Blaze
Ryan.
loves us.
Thank you. Of course they do. But thank you, everybody, for watching. This is a good episode. I enjoyed it. Looking forward to seeing you all next week. We'll be 1 week away from the end of the season. 1 week. We love you all. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you all next time. Peace out, everybody.